Hello. Welcome to this video. I'm sitting in kind of the quiet area of my house right now. A lot of noise going on outside, so hopefully there aren't too many noise distractions. I just wanted to welcome you to this video. If you haven't seen these videos before, welcome back if you have. My intention is unity and oneness and highest levels of love light. I'm gonna go into a little flow. Maybe some light language, maybe some toning. ku ne te ku wahai au stu ku wain. Iau ku ne te ku yaha te stu wahena. Te awe aku koe te stu ku no hene. Ke ne awa kuhe te awa te stu ku e te une ku ne te waha te ku awe au kan yuoste. Yo aku une awa ho ku e te o ku ne. Ni awa he te a ku e ni a stau. And we play with these sounds. We play with these sounds. For within the sounds and within the frequency lies a deeper essence, if you will. A deeper vocabulary that is beyond words and references to words. For we reference a deeper referential pattern that is felt within the dynamic interplay between the voice and the sound and the ears, if you will. We let go of a need to box things up nice and neat, so to speak. We allow the flow to come through in a speech pattern, yet unrecognizable to few. I'm just having a play on words, like everybody recognizes sound. We are not limited to our vocabulary when we sing because it's within us. It's a frequency. And a lot of the energies that have been coming through are coming through in song. I'm being guided to just belt it out and let it rip half the time. And this is felt within the bones, within the inner layers, within the interlacing, if you will. It interlaces different reality frequency matrices into the very essence in which we co-create together. For as we allow ourselves to feel into these sounds, we feel into the harmonics, the in it, the harmony within resonates. I'm hearing sonar, right? We bounce back and forth. This secret secretion vocabulary. For as we allow ourselves to hone in on our somography, this is a word that's been coming through for me a lot. Our inner soma, so what I'm seeing is soma is a plant. It's like medicine, much like many plant medicines. We do not need to it's in our DNA. Just as different plant medicines are in our DNA because we are made up of the elements, the elementals, the elemental frequencies that are in all things are birthed within us. So, being guided to talk a little bit about DMT. Terence McKenna talks about DMT and the DMT beings. And I've seen them in meditation. And essentially, many people want to go on plant medicine journeys and sacred shamanic journeys. But there are many people that don't need to. It's not necessary in order to formulate a higher connection with the plant kingdom, the mineral kingdom, the higher, I'm seeing a bridge, and I've been talking a lot about how we are the bridge. We're the bridge between the elemental beings, and our reality is bridging this. It's bridging this lower dimension, which is not a negative or a positive, it just is. It's a foundation, it's a resource. And we are essentially remembering the tools that we've used. And I like to kind of get away from past and future right now and just really focus on now, because we are on our own shamanic dream journey now, as we create, as we communicate, as we connect with one another, as we calibrate, as we calibrate. I'm hearing inebriate, right? So while many people are feeling the desire to connect with plant medicine physically, we can also do it spiritually. It's a communion of the soul. And I'm getting goosebumps as I talk about this. Many of us have forgotten how to hone in into the deeper elemental kingdom that is within us. We can focus on a particular plant medicine and intend with focused intention to connect into that medicine's frequency and calibrate and unlock certain potentials, memories, frequencies that we've already accessed before, in the past, ancient now, in our own technology, in the physical now, because we are bridging together. We don't have to just, it's so quantum. So essentially, I'm being shown the elementals want to work with us. And there's a lot of people that want to work with the elemental kingdom. We can do this through pure focused intention, pure focused intent, and kind of meditate on it, draw it into our awareness, into our reality. And what I'm hearing is remember. Remember, this is how the ancestors did it. And the ancestors are within us. For we are the dreamers of this reality, come to dream together a new reality, a new bridged, focused, streamlined, network, bridging together all realities. In this construction of the deconstructing phase, we are being invited to access a deeper phase conjugation. For as we come together in congregation, as we allow ourselves to congregate, as we allow ourselves to open the gates, as we allow ourselves to commune with, so different ancestors would bring through different harmonics and tunes to tune into the frequencies of the plant and elemental kingdom, as well as the higher realms of higher dimensional intergalactic beings that are beyond this galaxy, if you will. And as I'm saying that, I see it written out. Galactic sea, the ocean, galaxy, the X galaxy, the access points. We are the access points, and we are accessing all of this information that is so quantum, that is stored within our DNA. And this is our kuaha. And each person has their own resonance. So there are some, for example, I'm being guided to talk about the didgeridoo that the Aborigines use and other indigenous peoples. And so they would use instruments in order to commune with and to channel and to become more focalized, vocalized, localized, like all this is a play on words, centered, to create this frequency that would then bind with the ancestors, the animal kingdom, the plant kingdom, the elementals, the angelic, whatever we want to connect into. So I'm just being shown that this is something that's activating within a lot of us, and we can set our intention to commune with these particular plants. And the key is to be in a place of reverence, is what I'm hearing. To be in a place of grace, reverence, I have to go into reverberation, reverence. So these different tones would then allow them to tap into, like a root, like you tap into like maple syrup in a tree. And it allows it to flow through the pineal, our crystalline plasma that's in our entire body. And it allows us to connect in with these beings. So we're really being guided to activate this within our own technology. And while we can use sounds and instruments and plants and everything outside of us to further open the gates and bring it out of us, it's not necessary. We can use our own voice. We can use our own internal drum. I was having all these synchronicities with woodpecker the other day, and my friends, Candace and Jess, were kind of going back and forth with me about this woodpecker. And essentially what I have been guided was it's our own internal rhythm. A woodpecker uses its own body in order to create this rhythm, in order to will do many things. Their symbolism is strong, but it also has to do with our own atoms, our own atomic combustion chamber. That is our, what am I trying to say? Nuclear, our own nuclear technology. So this is new, but it's not. We're remembering it, but for some of us, it feels new. And if we're being guided to just sound out different sounds, this is our technology coming online. Our FOXP2 genes that I talked about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. Our FOXP2 genes, our technology that has to do with our voice. But all of these other unlabeled, is what I'm hearing, technology ribbons within us are kind of coming online. And I'm being invited to just, we have reverence for all things, not to abuse. We don't abuse, right? Through technology, through plants, through our bodies, we hold everything in reverence and compassion. And when we do this, it puts us into a space of unlimited potentialities, unlimited potential realities. So as we tune into this plant kingdom or the animal kingdom, we then reignite within us this deeper reverence connected to all things. And this is a higher dimensional way of being. This is a higher dimensional frequency. Letting go of the fears, letting go of the judgment, letting go of, and when I say letting it go, acknowledge it and transform it, integrate it, whatever word resonates with you. And let us play for a moment. ama kiawaha. Diawa heana kiauehe. Dia awahe kenea. Dininia mokuea. Dia awa kuahe. Wahe, kiawahe, dinea oea, dia wehe inea. Kiawehe oa nea moea e. Kinaha mokue, tene kua ine. Kinea wahe, yawaho kuaea. Dia o. Kinea o. Kia o te okahi te kina ha ue tia kune tia hak ue te ue hene ia ua hak ua tia o kia o Kia ha no ko moha ia hine ia okune dia kia wa ne ia moku na kone Kur at har ak arhanna. Kur at et uk uestarha. Kienarhak uahet Kuarhat estarhak Kierhok hanat estark Kierhak at et erhok Stak Terhak ja hok uteanna ku enna auha. And so all these sounds are meant to be played with, for they represent many different variations of our own inner alchemy sets, play on words. It's like our ancestry tree, our chemistry, our alchemetry, tukur, kurhat ar ok di struhur et hak yawahat kunihi di stirhum mama kuni, dini yakunehe, yaurhok unetiana, kuahe ene ku ti ashtarakuna, purah et ena, kurhet ennestaraku, puhe nerhak ua, kustara, stokua. I'm going to end on that note. So this is, a lot of this is obviously meant to be felt. It's not necessarily meant to be understood on a linear basis. Part of this is about getting to know our frequencies and getting to know what feels good when we make these sounds. Many of us are holding on, is what I'm hearing, to deeper, lower-seated fears, lower-seated feelings of regret, lower-seated feelings of we'll say belief systems that are connected to past reality systems. And what's happening is we tune back into this. We're acknowledging with reverence our own abilities. We're not ignoring our voice, and we're not judging others from what I'm just being guided to share this. Not judging others for their own frequencies. I mean, when people are opening, they're in a vulnerable space. And sometimes, sometimes I'll just have somebody reach out to me to do a session because they've never actually made these sounds out loud. And I am sharing, as many other starseeds and light workers are, a safe space for them to just be, for them to be able to express from a place of playfulness. And we may not recognize it until we reach out and say, hey, this is happening, I'm seeing this, I'm feeling that. And we're being invited to really just play in these frequencies with one another and see where it takes us. Because I'm hearing into the great wide open, right? By the way, I sing, but I hardly ever sing on key when I'm singing regular music. But it's like into the great wide open. It's this vast expanse that is untapped at this point in this particular way. And the ancestors, the ancients, have been doing it all along. And I'm hearing all along the song lines, right? All along. So we're being invited to open this channel up to clear it all out. And I really want to share at the end of this and just kind of end on this note. There's been this underlying fear that many, and if I cut off because I'm running out of room, apologies, I'll do a second video on this, but it's very relevant. There's been this underlying fear or discontent, feeling like, well, am I speaking language or making a sound? Like I was making those sounds, those are pineal activations, it sounds freaky. We think, ew, I don't know, because it's associated with scary movies or whatever it might be. It's all about our intention behind the frequency and energy. And if we get afraid while we're making these sounds or languages are coming out, it's a good opportunity for us to recognize that there's still something there that we're in the process of acknowledging and clearing and integrating. And sometimes tears might come out. Sometimes we might be happy. But not projecting our opinions based on our own reality on someone else's reality is really important right now when it comes to these sounds and these languages. So there are a lot of languages. Somebody might speak many different light languages. They may have a judgment about one. Not all beings of one particular lineage or ancestry are the same. So I want to just really point that out. If we're speaking, let's say, an ancient civilization from, let's say we're speaking Maori, from this Maorian language, or an ancient Lemurian frequency, or an Atlantean languages, those hold within them portmanteau, ports to all different languages. It's just like being in the United States. And in the United States, we have people that speak so many different dialects of Native American, Native Indian, Cherokee, Chippewa. I'm going on and on. There's hundreds. So that would be like saying, okay, so I'm just inviting people not to judge those languages. If we hear Cherokee and it's a little different than Chippewa, that doesn't mean Cherokee is good or bad. It's all about the person and the intention and the sound, because what's happening is there's a lot of beautiful languages that may have been used by beings who were good, and bad, if we want to put labels in there. We, as star seeds, humans, light workers, beings of light, are transmuting those languages. We are then integrating whatever inversions were created with those languages, and we are flipping it and reversing it. So that's something really important that I just really feel guided to share. We're being invited to step it up and not judge this person is wrong and this person is I hear the word used a lot, negative. And realistically, yes, if someone says they're casting a spell and they're doing it for nefarious reasons, they could still use the words, basic words that we use in our English language, but it's their intention behind them, the energy that is putting it together in that fashion that is actually creating that energy, if that makes sense. It's not the word itself. So it's something very important to recognize, because as people open up, for us as maybe somebody who's already started doing this, if someone comes to me and says, I'm speaking this language, I think it's from Orion, is that bad? Do you feel like it's bad? Are you intending to say things with hostility? Are you coming into a space of saying, I'm transmuting these languages and I'm saying it with the purest intent from the heart? And therefore, I'm recategorizing what has been categorized or framed based in a lower frequency. I am morphing it. I am a morphogenetic linguistical artist in which I am transmuting and clearing and creating this brand new reality. Therefore,